get into extracting our CSS into a separate file using the MiniCSS extract plugin. We've handled our JavaScript files. We've also handled our style sheets. We've spun up a Webpack dev server, and we've also generated an HTML file to serve our bundle using the HTML web plugin. So for this, we'll need to install the MiniCSS plugin. So in this example, I had to remove it because I'm not sure how I installed it initially, but let's just go ahead and walk through the steps of adding it again. So I'll do a MiniCSS extract plugin. Okay, so that's installed. Then I'll need to make sure that I create a variable that allow me to access this dependency and all of its methods and properties. So we'll just name it MiniCSS extract, and we'll require it. Okay. And then when we move down to our rule, let's close that. What we'll need to do is we'll need to remove the style loader and insert the mini plugin so we can use it. So we'll just call it as a loader and pass in our variable and append the loader property to the end of it, and this will allow us to call this this plugin when it's being tested, when the file type is being tested. So the CSS, the SAS, and the SCSS. And then when we move down here to the plugins, this is just enabling the plugin. We'll just call it as a new MiniCSS extract. And if we want to, we can name our file. So in this case, I'll name it app.css. And now we're ready to compile. So by default, once we compile it, it'll all show up in the dist folder as app.css. And when we run our dev server, it'll call for that CSS file. So I just erased it. Let's go ahead and run our command css dev. Okay, so now we see that our CSS has been generated here at the top. Now if we run our dev server, so let's do Webpack dev server. Well, I'm sorry, I forgot I created a script for it. So we do run web server. All right, so now we go to our port. And if we look into here, we'll be able to see that our CSS is actually being called with a link tag. And this inline stuff here, we can actually remove just so we can show that our CSS is being extracted. So let's just remove that piece. Let's change our background to a more subtle background. There. And then I can go ahead and let's just create something real quick. Let's do H3. Sorry about that, guys. It's one of my neighbors. He has a Mustang and he likes to rev it up. It's weird, but whatever. Font size 2 RMs, and we'll just call this a color of, right? And then what I want to do is go document body pin color, and we do hello message. And then hello message, document, create element, H3, hello message, inner text, hello world. All right. Okay. So then if we want to, ensure that our stuff is working, there we go. And then we can jump in to our CSS and see, let's see what's happening here. It's working here in my SAS, that's for sure. I just cannot find the file that it's working from. All right, so there you have it. And then we have our CSS being served here in the application, in the app.css. So you can see that all those changes are happening there. And if we go ahead and we do, let's just say we do a margin, just to center it. Margin. Oh, working from the wrong file. Don't want to do that. App. Margin. Auto. With 250. All right. So there's our hot reload showing that our CSS has been updated. And this is just how you would extract a CSS file using the MiniCSS extract plugin. It's very simple, very easy to use. There are other options for a lot of our loaders that we haven't gotten into within this series. In the next video, I'm going to just go over some simple optimizations for cases in which you'd like to minify your CSS or minify your JavaScript. So this video is done for now. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks.